Hey you guys, I am Dr. Cade and I'm sitting here once again with Coach Cason, and today we're going to give you a couple reasons why you should absolutely 100% use testing when you're going through functional medicine. So functional medicine is a relatively new term, and if you're not familiar, really the goal of it is whatever reason that brings you into the office or whatever reason that you have to seek care from a functional practitioner, it's really to get to the root cause of what's ailing you, right? So if it is acne, right, it's not treating the acne of what you see, it's what's really causing that from the inside out, right? Is it food, is it stress, is it whatever? Yeah, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say there with that example, but that's functional medicine. So the cool part about functional medicine, which is very different than the medical model, is that testing has come a long, long ways in functional medicine. It is unbelievable what is capable with functional medicine. So from hair to stool to saliva to urine, I mean, you can use any sample to really test, and you can get down to very sensitive data to see what's going on and hopefully use a natural technique to try to correct it. So what we're going to try to do in this video is talk you into using functional medicine testing, right? So we said number one is if you are a very complex case. Right. Absolutely look into functional medicine testing if you're a complex case. So, Cason, give me an example of a complex case for somebody that's seeking functional medicine care.
Well, without naming any diagnosis, I just see a person who's been to many different doctors. Yep. They've tried many different things. Maybe what's called being in the medical maze. Yep. You're going to all these different specialists and you can't find out what the problem is, and you still got the problem. Multiple
diagnoses and where things kind of start to run together. So we used acne. Maybe let's try a different one. So if you're experiencing migraines and headaches, right? Sensitivity to light and sound. If you're experiencing, fibromyalgia, like hypersensitive muscle pain or joint pain. If you've got leaky gut, all of these things can start to come together for different people. And how do you know where to start? What area do you attack first? So if you've been if you have been struggling with things for a long time and one of these people that have gone through that medical maze and just things continue to get worse or you're plateaued, you're not getting better, then testing is a really good idea.
Yep, and there's way more tests out there than we even know.
There really are.
There's a lot to find out.
Yep. So reason number two is if you are an analytical person, if data is of value to you, right? And I think our society really puts a value on data, right? Sure. Been told that by big tech companies, and obviously medicine has been doing that for a long time. Most people will get their annual checkup in their labs and make sure that things are in range. So if you're that kind of person that likes to keep track of data, if you're that kind of person that puts an intervention into place, say with diet, and you want to see the improvements beyond just what you feel, you want to see it on a piece of paper, then use testing. That would be a great way to show you your progress and actually have proof of that, correct?
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anything else we want to say about being analytical and using testing there?
Well, there's a lot, but that's for another video.
Okay. Number three reason why you should use functional medicine testing is if you've got a big budget. We were kind of giggling about this one a little bit, and we were daring each other to put this one in the video. But it's true. Functional medicine testing is it can get incredibly expensive. Now, obviously, there's a cost to benefit ratio there that needs to be taken into account, right? But tests can be just one test can get well over $1,000, and that's if you pick the right test and it shows the right thing at the right time, right? That's just a test. What if that comes back and there's 20 different things to work on, and then we have to think about expenses with the practitioner, right? We have to think about supplements, food, any other changes, retesting to make sure things. I mean, it can get out of control really, really, really fast.
One thing that just came to mind that we didn't talk about is insurance does not cover these type of tests.
No, it doesn't.
So this is all out of pocket, pretty much. I don't know of any insurances, but yeah.
So it's a lot to take into account, but yeah, if you've got a big budget, then put it to good use, absolutely. And so the last one is, we were kind of wondering how we were going to word this, but if you have a very allopathic, a very medical mindset, like we kind of were bridging the gap on that last point, is if your mindset is very, analytical, there's a high value on numbers and labs and things like that. If you're very allopathic minded, so the word that I use is very mechanistic, right? So if you think, if we can take a medication and there's no side effects anywhere else, it's just going to affect that headache and that headache's going to go away. That's the only price to pay. That's the only cost to pay. That's a mechanistic mindset versus what we call a vitalistic mindset, that we are connected as a whole. Whatever goes into our body, whatever touches our skin has going to have a positive or a negative effect on every aspect of us. That our mind and our mental and spiritual and emotional health play a role. Those are two kind of competing viewpoints, and some of us have a 1 foot in one and 1 foot in the other, right? But if you are, majority medical minded, then use functional medicine testing as a benefit to you. Anything else you want to say there?
No, just that those two worlds can merge and we can find a balance in between, and that's where the testing is of such value.
Absolutely. And again, I think, that's the strength of functional medicine testing is bridging that gap. It's using the best of medicine for diagnostic, but then we can use the best of the natural health to actually go and treat that root cause, right?
100%.
So if you've got any questions about functional medicine testing, we always do a free 15-minute consult, and we can talk with you about different things and maybe even help you put 1 foot into testing or talk you out of testing too, which might just be a follow-up video here in a minute, because there is always both sides of the story. But either way, wherever you are, know that we would always love to help you out. And I am Dr. Cade. This is Coach Cason at LIFEstrength Health Center. And best of luck. We'll be seeing you soon.